And now if we reflect as to what happened once this followed, the years that followed, subhanAllah, these verses and such verses that came down to the Prophet, they reformed these people. They took a bunch of backward, barbaric, desert dwellers who knew nothing and reformed them into people who we look up to today. Reformed them into people who we take as role models today. SubhanAllah. They were so gone, these people, that the superpowers that surrounded them, the Persians and the Romans, right? They didn't even consider them. They just didn't even think about them. They said, leave them, let them be. They're not even human, right? This is what they thought of these people. But within a few years, they were reformed to the point where they became role models for us today. People we look up to in awe. I want to be like him. I want to be like Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. I want to be like Bilal radiallahu anhu. I want to be like Umar and Ali and all of these people. SubhanAllah. This is what the Quran did. The words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? And following, let's move on a bit. SubhanAllah. 80 years. Some narrations say 80 within 100 years. We can safely say within 100 years of the death of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the Muslims, these very people, had occupied the largest empire the world had ever seen. From parts of Pakistan all the way to parts of Spain. Historians, they don't understand what happened. Even till this day, they look at this and they're scratching their head. They're thinking, how can a group of backward desert-dwelling Arabs suddenly, within 80 years, occupy the largest empire the world had ever seen, which is impossible even today, with today's standards? How is that possible, subhanAllah? This is what the Quran did again. And why did it do it? Not because they just opened the book and they read a few pages and they put it down. Because they read verse by verse and they didn't move on until they implemented what was taught in that verse, in themselves and in the societies around them.